So, first signal of the day, and it's a button, just like yesterday. Quite corroded on the back. There must have been an iron loop, but I didn't film it because I thought it was going to be a bit of junk, but actually it's a little button, so good start. I've got some wildlife for company today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roe deer out for a wander to help me find some treasure. So good signal, let's give it a dig, see what we get. So it's out the hole, let's see what we got. It's in here, no, it's in here, there we go. Oh yes, look at that. We have a silver coin, fantastic. It is a sixpence. A sixpence. Looks quite modern. 1965. So present Queen. Queen Elizabeth II. There we go. Let's give it a little clean up. So there we go. Queen Elizabeth II. Silver sixpence. 1965. Good, always nice to get a little bit of silver, regardless of how old. On to the next one. Another nice signal. Let's see what it is. And here it is. It's lead. And I think this could be something really, really special. If you look at it, it's a little figure. It's a little person. 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. It's flat on the back. To me, that is intentionally made like that. That's not just a waste piece of lead. It's definitely been formed to look like a person. What do we think? Anyone, any ideas? I mean, surely it has to be pretty old. I mean, I would guess that's surely got to be medieval. And the field has produced some Roman finds, so could it even be, you know, way back to the Roman period? What do we think? Any ideas? So, next find is out the hole. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go, right here. It's a thing. It is, who knows what it is. It is it looks like a bronze or a copper alloy, but it's quite heavy, so I think it's bronze. It's got a hole in one end, rectangular shape. No idea. It's another good one. Well, not too bad anyway. Worth a dig. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's out the hole, sounding a little bit more erratic. Maybe lead. Here we go. Speak of the devil. Piece of lead. Any decoration on that? Don't think so. Nope, just a little piece of lead. So we've got another signal in the hole. And there we go. Another piece of lead. Looks like a lead seal. You can see some writing on it. Let's give it a wee clean up and see what it looks like. So that's the best I can do for the minute. I've had quite a lot of these off the fields. It's in Russian, and it's a seal for grain. Date at the bottom, it looks like 1888 or 1889. So this would have been on a bag of grain that was bought from Russia. So this is effectively like a tax seal, an import seal, but also a quality assurance seal. It would say on it what date it was packed, who packed it, even the initials of the person. So quality control, almost 140, 150 years ago. And as I say, all written in Russian. to get out into the peace and quiet of the Scottish countryside. It's like the RAF are doing a little bit of practice. This one was pretty erratic, so I didn't film it, and it was a shallow piece of lead. You know, we get a lot of lead off the fields. It's always a good sign, to be honest, because white lead has obviously been in the ground for quite a while, and during even the Victorian period and Georgian period, but right back to the medieval and even the Roman period, lead was a very, very important material. So it's always a good sign that there's a fair bit of old activity in your fields. So on to the next one. So the next find is a great big lump of iron. So the metal detector normally discriminates, but unfortunately with big lumps it can come through as a good signal. So it's a piece off of probably off a plough that's broken. So the next find is who knows what. It's a little tube shape, slightly tapered at one end. I'd probably guess it's something to do with a piece off a tractor or a piece of machinery. On to the next. So a bit of a tetchy signal. It was a bit scattery. 2 spades out. And do you see what I see? It looks like a coin or maybe a button. So, alas, let's get it in the sun. No, there's nothing on it. I thought I could just make out a crown, but no, I can't even make that out. But it looks the right size. It's paper thin, so I'm pretty certain it is a copper Charles I turner, which would date it to about 1620 to mid 1640s. I can't remember when Charles was executed. I think it was 1642 or 49, so it's within that period anyway. On to the next. And another great big lump of iron. So again, you can see it's off the plough. It's obviously been part of a raker or something for sort of ploughing up, churning up the mud on the field. Comes through as a fairly good signal, so you've got to dig it, but unfortunately in this case it's junk. Another good signal, this one, and there is no better sight than when you take up the clod and look at that. Oh, even better, it is another silver coin. Oh, try to do this one-handed. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. What have we got? It doesn't look very old. Victoria, maybe? Nope. Looks like George V. It is George V. I think he was Victoria's son. And at the bottom we have 1923. And the word crown. So is it a crown? No, I can see another. It's a half crown. Yep, there we go. 1923. Silver half crown. Let's give it a little bit of a clean up. So there we go. Gave it a wee bit of a rub on the old trousers, and we have George V, and we have a half crown, 1923. So brilliant. It looks in pretty good condition. Once I get that home, give it a little bit of a scrub up, and second silver coin of the day. Absolutely brilliant. I saw the edges, I thought brilliant, we've got a buckle, but unfortunately not. It's just some sort of plate that screws onto something that has fallen off something. Next signal. Well worth a dig. Let's try and do a one-handed version. Right about here. Take it on. or out. So it's out. Let's see where we've got. There she blows. It's a knife. It's a little pocket knife. The blades all rusted. It must have been iron. Wonder what it's. Wonder what the handle is. It could be ivory. Could be bone. Could be ivory. See, it's. Don't know whether the orange is the original colour or whether the white sort of colour is. The white, I would suspect, it's probably rust coming through. So there we go, a little pocket knife, probably 100 years old, could be more. Nice. So a little lesson, which is always check your holes, because this piece of iron, I got a decent signal and I thought, nah, it can't be that, and right enough, this was below it. It's nothing spectacular, it's a lead button. So this would have been probably sewn into the hem of a lady's dress and, oops, dropped it, and it would stop it from blowing up in the wind, which we have plenty of in Scotland. So I don't know, maybe Victorian, late 1800s, early 1900s, but you know, still a piece of social history. So, deepest hole of the day so far. I'm a bit out of breath. I'm about 16 inches down and still got it in the hole. I'm worried it was going to be a tin can or a big bit of iron, but it doesn't sound that way. And there we are. Can you see that? Do you see that white there? That looks like lead. That looks like a piece of lead. Let's try and get it out. There we go. Well, here we go. What have we got here? It's a circle. It's flat on the back. Let's give it a bit of a wipe on the trousers and see what it is. I know what it is. It's a palm guard. See how it sits in the palm of the hand? That would be used for leather working. So it's domed on this side and flat on the back, so you would strap it to your hand and you would use it for needling and doing work on leather. That's actually probably quite old. It could be medieval, and I think they were in use up until the 1700s, so that's a really good find, really good find. I'm happy with that. Another absolutely brilliant find. Absolutely fantastic. I've kind of scratched it a bit. The sand, the soil's really sandy here. I've kind of taken it was quite green, and when I've rubbed it, it's kind of taken off the high points, but you can see a thistle on there, which is obviously to represent Scotland. And on the other side, you have CR, and that's for Charles Rex. So it's another coin of Charles the First. So this is how, well, a bit how the last one that I found would have looked. So it's amazing what a difference you can get. Two coins, same field. One can be really, really good condition, and the other can be just completely destroyed. So this is copper, Charles the First. It's called a turner. The thistle and the Latin round the side is still on coins in Scotland these days. Nemo me impune lacessit, which means who dare meddle with me. So basically, don't mess with me or I'll mess right back at you. And it's still in use on coins today. So dates to Charles I again, 1620s through to the 1640s. Really, really happy with that. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I got off to a bumper start. I was getting a signal, a diggable signal every 4 or 5 minutes. And for the last 30 minutes, there's been absolutely nothing. And then this popped up. So it's from a bridle of a horse or a heavy horse that would have worked the fields back in the day. You can see it's got a pivot point here where the pin would have been, which is obviously snapped off. So nice little find. I don't know, 1800s into the early 1900s maybe, but glad to dig something after being quiet for half an hour. So this sums up metal detecting for you. I haven't had a signal for half an hour until I got that buckle right there. 3 foot away, I get another signal, dig it out, and look what we've got. We've got a coin. Fantastic. Oh, there we go. I thought the head was facing right, but it's facing left. So, George V again. Our man George. So, give it a wee rub-a-dub. Let's see if we can get a date. So, George V, I think it's a halfpenny. There's Britannia on the back, halfpenny. Oh, date-wise, it's going to need a bit of a better clean. Let me... 19 something. Give me a minute and I'll check it out. So I've given it a wee rub as best I can. It was 19.1 and I think it was a 1. I flicked it with my nail and it fell off. So who knows? It's maybe 1911, but it's a coin, and that's half an hour without anything and 2 finds in 20 seconds. So good one. So do you see what I see? Hopefully we've got a coin. Ah! We don't have a coin. We have some square thing with a circle on the end. Damn it. So next find is a God knows what. Couple of lugs. Looks almost silvery. Curved on the inside. Got a hole through it. No idea. I think we'll say tractor related. So a good sound and a good signal. And here it is, right here. Is it a coin or is it a button? It looks like a button to me. It's quite trashed. Yep, so there's a hook on the back for a button. And it looks like it's got a monogram, some letters on this side. It doesn't look in the best of condition though, so I'll give it a little clean up. So here we go. It's definitely a button. That's the best I can do at the moment. It's not in great condition. It looks like it's been dome shaped and it's been squashed, but I think we've got a crown at the top and then an E and an R maybe, or a G and an R. I'm not sure. Anyone else?